You're like, I don't know what the hell's going on, guys. Can you see new stream? I don't even know. There's like a stream going on. It's it said that like okay, first it said that my internet wasn't working because there was like a DNS problem. I don't even know. Wendy, I saw like a chat. Oh, cool. You're here, Lambros? Sweet. It says 0 people are here, but whatever. Okay. Can you write something? Okay, that said, Wendy, you were right. Because then I was like, I checked the Wi Fi. I'm like, I have the Wi Fi plugged in. Like, I unplug it at night. Oh, great. Okay, great. Okay, here we are. The other, and then I was like trying to go live on this channel, and the other, it was like showing me the live that's happening. I was like, how do I end? I mean, what's happening? Okay, so we're at Bill Burr. I got my laundry. Hi, hi. You guys, I didn't see any of the chat, by the way, when I was like fooling around, and I'm sorry about that. But it was like, it said like, I don't even know. It was like one of those things where I was like, who do I talk to about this? But then it just fixed itself. But Wendy, I saw you wrote conspiracy. That made me laugh. Okay, let's go.
As simple as that. Bill Burr got a wife.
I thought I
Bill
paused
Burr got a wife, and he had a kid. And he decided that he was just going to change his life a lot with the wife and the kid. And believe me, the wife is very BuzzFeedy.
Maybe a few pills mixed in.
The wife is very, I read an article. And yes, and then everybody, what they do in their 50s when they're not feeling so good because they didn't do nothing, they stopped paying attention to the Apple keynotes. Right around iPhone 4, now they're lost. They've heard rumblings of TikTok, but it gets them aggravated. And Bill Burr, of course, what these men start doing too, they have all the lifestyle changes, then they do this other big change, which is called, and they take their new pill, the pill to get rid of their anxiety. And you can tell Bill Burr's once half-mast eyes, you know, this is what Bill Burr used to be. Oh yeah, why don't you get out of here, you little piece of shit, to now. Why don't you? You can't just take personality-changing medication, get a bee wife, get a new kid that's half-bee. There's nothing wrong with that, but you need to know what your transition's going to be, and especially when you're doing comedy, you can't just be the same old Bill, even though that's what they want. They want the same old Bill, right? But you got married.
But he doesn't even know how to be that Bill, I don't think, you know?
Because you got too freaked out, right? Life's coming at you like a train. You took the personality pills, you got the bee wife, you got, and I am so
sorry. You did that Latino award show.
But believe me, that's a giant part of this Bill Burr change, this metamorphosis. Trust me, you'll see. And you've got the personality change, you've got the with the pill, you've got the wife, you've got the daughter, and now you're not going to the cellar every night sitting with Buddha Bobby and all your buddies flinging jokes back and forth. You're sitting at the bookstore with the woman from Severance, you know, at a reading. And your life's a lot different. But you know that the stand-up needs to stay the same, right? So you go on stage and just start yelling, but you're really not. So it comes off as fucking, why is he yelling? Why is he? Oh, I see. He's trying to imitate his old self, but it doesn't work because he's not being himself now. You see, in order for Bill Burr to do good comedy, he needs to ride that transition while keeping you on board. And they don't even need to be the same reasons they got you on board, but you need to be on board. I'm sorry. And instead of keeping you on board and updating you with his new life and evolving his comedy with his new life, he decided to try to do the old Bill Burr shtick, but with the new Bill Burr mind. And no, I'm so sorry. Don't worry. Like an immigrant, it doesn't work. It works too hard. Okay, seriously.
Just take it off.
Take it
That
off.
just hit me.
You're not going to get me. Now I'm hearing boo, 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 boo. This is insane. They've got me. They've got me today. We've powered you off. We got him. You did. Like I was saying, Bill Burr
Elber.
has been a wreck. And his special was finally the coming out party for there is no more Bill Burr anymore. This is for real. And you know this because you probably didn't even fucking watch the special.
Nope,
How many people even saw this thing?
not me.
I remember there was a time where Bill Burr was on TV. The world watched. Remember when he hosted SNL? He was like on pace to be the next Louis C.K. I think Louis C.K.'s jogging even fucked with Bill Burr a little bit somehow. But we all know it was really the black wife. Now, yes, it does matter that she's black. That was the breaking point. That was That was the part where the trailer came off the hitch, bro.
Love you, Wendy.
Because he didn't tell you about that. Bill Burr, out of nowhere, got a
That
black
bill
wife.
is long
And listen,
gone, Jared.
she's so black that it would make you go, oh, I hope they're very happy when you see them, because what an interesting choice, but nobody's allowed to say anything about it. I always say, listen, get that out of your head. Stop shaking. Stop worrying. This isn't even a bad thing.
What's up,
He
Susie Wolf?
dated outside of his genre. This is not a race thing whatsoever. This is a genre thing. I've said this before. If you show up with something that is just so oppositic, it startles people. And what did everybody do? Bill Burr, out of fucking nowhere, shows up, and this isn't some... why don't you send me a picture of his wife? I know, that sounds... You want to open up a private browser for that, trust me. But it was startling, and that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it, but she's an older looking black, but I always compare her to the mom
I've
from
met her.
Family Matters.
And
Carl,
sat her down and sat her bag down,
that's
and
the
she seems
basket
like a
of
very
laundry
nice
she's always
person.
holding.
That's what I would say.
Carl. And what a brat, huh? But she held that family together. Now, Bill
Did
Burr shows
you
up with one of those.
smoke wax
Carl.
at all? Do I?
Lynette.
I love
What
wax.
is her
I
name?
haven't had
From
it lately.
Family Matters. You didn't see
It
it.
gets
Here, I'll
so
show you.
messy
And it
sometimes.
was shocking. My worst
love
day
wax.
in years. Oh, no, I thought that was what Bill Burr's like. Look at it. I mean, it really was shocking. Like, when you see, like, the first time he showed up, we thought it was a prop for a new bed. For real. That's the combo. And it's just an interesting combo. He shows up, this is my new wife. And people are like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. And that was that. And I'm telling you, whether you want to believe that or not, it's the main reason why there's this disconnect with Bill Burr and his fans. He didn't take you through this marriage here. He couldn't have made
I
a
enjoy it though.
joke.
Fire.
What would you think? You needed to make
Sorry,
a
it's hard
black
for me to
wife
see the
joke.
chat.
You just needed to. You needed to break that ice. And what happens when you ride on black ice, folks?
Free Guido. I like
Slip.
it though. I have a dab pen.
You slip. And it doesn't mean,
just haven't
I don't
gotten
want you
in
to
a
take it
while.
away. Mary Black, your comedy suffers.
But
That
I
is
like
not what it is
black
at all.
spot.
It's marry anyone outside of your
Shatter,
genre. If he would have
same
married a
thing.
white midget, it would have been this crazy thing too. You could cut it. If he would have married a man, anybody who's that different, it's gonna shock. And the fact that he didn't say, and he knew, and he had
How hard you had to work when you married me.
exactly.
You had to do a lot of heavy lifting to convince
Yeah.
people that I was worth it.
Oh. So let's play some of Bill Burr's new special. Let's put that at the
So
top.
Aloe does
And again,
make clothes
this is
for men,
Nothing to do
but-
with race. It's genre.
you know.
Okay, if the black woman were in the mix and not such an odd character, I mean, really, these are two people. You ever seen somebody where you go, "Oh, that is like a person that I will never even cross paths with"? Usually, in my life, you know, a man and an old woman of a different color. It's just the odds are extreme. The odds are just, you never heard Bill Burr talk about, oh yeah, I've got the Horizon Fever here, you know, I'm looking for, you never heard any hint. So it was a shock, and I promise you that is when everything started getting weird. I'll show you this. Bill Burr's new special. This was not good. We had to jump out of here. This was really bad.
I didn't even think about clicking
man's
on it.
eyes were filled with tears during the whole thing. I don't understand this. I don't understand why any man would go in front of a camera with teary eyes. Take a break. Take a reshoot. Did you ever watch this stand-up special and you go, why didn't you reshoot that? As simple as that. Why didn't you
Why
reshoot
don't
that?
they do? I mean, they
You just can't do another whole hour.
But why don't
Reshoot
they
it.
do, like a week of shooting specials.
Well, some people do. Some people do, but you see these specials and you go, I know that's not his best. I know that's him being uncomfortable and a little bit out of it. And you go, why can't you just reshoot? You're that cheap? You can't just do one more night? Just book it. You're not even wearing anything good. So let's show you this, some highlights from Bill Burr's special. And then we got a very special appearance from a very special guest coming up. You're going to love this part. All right, Bill Burr, what's the special called? Do we even know? Nobody cares.
Live at Red Rock.
Live at Red Rocks. All right, we're going to do the beginning.
How original. But
and,
nobody ever called the show
some
Red Rocks.
Great. Cancel culture stuff. I was thinking about it the other day. Imagine if I would have just spent the last
What's up, Benjamin?
5-6 years just talking about cancel
Lambert.
culture instead of
Bill.
doing what cancel culture doesn't like. Isn't that crazy? Like Josh
Bill
Denny,
Maher.
Anthony Cumia, all these people, they dedicated their entire lives to just talking about cancel culture. And then, like, we were listening back to last week's show, and we went,
lots of complaints.
pretty odd that nobody is trying to cancel this. Pretty odd that nobody's trying to shut me down. You would think, by the way, Josh Denny, Cumia, Joe Rogan, Brian Callen, all these guys talk, that you wouldn't even be able to get this out.
I should have done that before. I'm so
You
sorry.
wouldn't even be able to get this on the internet. You know, how is Red Bar getting out to the people, saying these words? How is there nobody after Red Bar? Isn't that strange? So what you're telling me is all these people, Cumia, Denny, all these people, they could have been doing comedy instead of
Hi, son of
talking
Over,
about
bro.
cancel culture?
Thanks for the comment earlier.
Interesting. Here's Bill Burr. Let's just see the opening. I love these openings.
The openings
Tribute to
suck a
his
lot.
wife. The special, not the logo. Here we go. Here he comes.
Wait for it.
Ooh, look, big audience too. So you got a big audience here. I'll see if I could show you some of that. Huge. This is Red Rocks. This is where you saw Flume. Didn't we see Flume there? Video.
This is where you saw
Video.
Yeah, we can't go there. What do you think? We're rich. So this is a giant amphitheater, outdoor Red Rock. This is in LA, right?
No, it's in
No,
Colorado.
it's in Colorado.
Oh, this is in Colorado. What's the one in LA that they call the Los Angeles Forum?
Maybe the
It's like that.
Hollywood Bowl
So
or something.
outside, look at this. And Bill Burr's going to be all the way down here on this little stage. And then backed up. I mean, this is thousands and thousands of Lollapalooza.
I love you,
Lollapalooza
Wendy. I love you,
people.
Lambros. I
Right.
can't see the
Look at all
comments
those
very well
people.
from here.
So number
I
one,
love
you're
you,
setting
Teresa.
yourself up for a pretty hard time. You know, you're not really supposed to do comedy as a tiny little thing like that all the way for all those people. But what's interesting is you can see there are enough
Oh,
people
right,
to
obviously.
here where If 25% of them were laughing, it would sound like Andrew Schultz's special.
25% of them are left.
Too tremendous here. You got to go, wow, 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 wow. There's like 5,000 people at this event. Surely it should be roarous. There should be a slight shake to every shot because the cameras should be shaking. The applause is so loud and the laughter is so loud. It really should. The cameras stay still, folks. Watch
It's okay.
this. Bill, embarrass me. Here he comes.
Embarrassing.
The mighty downfall of our friend, Bill Burr. Please, I promise the black wife thing has a great, great payoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Burr.
Sam Tripoli.
That was Sam Tripoli. He announces every guy now. There he is.
Look at him walking out like he's just
There-
a fucking
ooh, that
boss.
athletic.
Like,
Thin hoodie. Oof, that's a woman's hoodie. That is a liberal woman's hoodie.
it's
Who's
aloe.
walking the dog terrified. That is what Sarah Silverman wears in the cold mornings. She's got her sleeves like this.
I can't.
She makes holes for the thumbs, holds her fucking soup bowl with two hands. See, Bill, you're all caught up here. Look at this. Do you think this looks good?
Thank you, son of
Fabletics.
Overbrook. I appreciate you being here.
Hollow. You know, Tony Hinchcliffe dresses like this too.
The
We gotta
camera's
focus on that.
Still,
Tony
still,
Hinchcliffe wears
still.
women's workout clothes. Hello.
You're watching
ALO.
Kill Tony and you're
So
not
I
really
work
noticing
for
it. About
Aloe.
40
They
minutes
do
in,
make
you'll
men's
start going,
clothes, but,
Wait,
like-
is Tony wearing a button-up shirt with a
You know what I'm
collar
saying?
underneath an athletic
With like a wetsuit, like a woman's
overtop?
leisure wetsuit, a casual
It's
wetsuit
definitely
for
leisure
women who
wear,
just want
for
to walk
sure.
the beach. You know, so they get splashed. They've got a wetsuit collar. You know,
Oh my god,
they
my
all
face
look like
hurts.
the wives of those Jeep Wrangler guys that I watch on YouTube.
Mm.
Very suspicious. So here's Bill walking out. This is not a cool, like, tell it like it is tough guy anymore. I mean, you're really, again, the wardrobe is important. Does this wardrobe command anything? What is this wardrobe tell
Definitely
you?
not
Like, if a guy
respect if he's looking
started
for that.
walking towards me like this, I would go, no, I'm just looking around. Because I would assume this was a woman who worked at the mall.
I would assume this is a woman that works at the mall.
That is not a cool guy's shirt, you know. Especially, you never want the stomach.
Bill
to
Burr
be
thinks he's
bigger
so
than the
cool he can wear an
shoulders.
aloe
So
shirt.
you
Like,
can't
no.
really come out with this little unsure little face.
Thanks
I mean,
for
this looks like a
subscribing.
kid, kind of scared on like the first day of second. It's second grade.
Kenji. Oh
He's
my
been
god,
here for
bahaha.
kindergarten, been here for first.
It's kind of close.
He's not sure if he really
Bill
even
Gates
knows
went-
anybody or if he's even cool yet.
For
It's
sure.
second, man. First day, he's lining up, and there's a lot of bees out because it's that time of
Lambros,
year, right? And they're making you line up
100,000%.
outside. There's a lot of
Like,
bees.
he would have told him, like,
So you're
yo, don't do
running
your
from
special
bees
in
in front of all
that.
the
That's
guys.
just for like chilling around the house. You
That's
know?
how I grew up. That's how I grew up. If it weren't for those damn bees, I'd be on top. That's not the face of a guy who's going to tell me how it is, right? But he's going to do the character of the Bill Burr where his eyes used to
In
be
an aloe
you know,
top.
a little tougher.
Aloe's
Alright,
like
let's see this
Lululemon,
guy.
except a little
Got
more
a guy.
expensive.
There
If you
he
don't
is.
know what
Got a
aloe
guy.
is.
All right, thank you. Ooh, and then Mike almost hit him in the face. All right, thank you. I think that really almost happened. Look at this. This is not cool. Big tough guy.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
tough guy in the aloe shirt, the Lululemon top. You know, it's actually like more expensive than Lululemon.
And then a look at this.
More
Pat
stupid,
Dixon?
basically.
This is like the face Pat Dixon make when he walks into work. This is pathetic.
Who's Pat Dixon?
Look at him.
How are you? How's
Oh.
it going? All right. You guys standing up? Sit down. Sit down. See if I'm funny. I've been inside for a year and a half, just like you.
Why have you been inside for a year?
I'm like, no, you
Why?
haven't. I saw you 5 times at Venice
This
Comedy
is
Compound.
crazy. You know,
so
Ethan Klein
stop
still thinks it's
lying.
inside time.
That was like less than a year
Ethan,
ago.
3 times on that Leftovers show yesterday with Hassan said, yeah, I don't leave the house. I mean, you know that. I don't leave the... Why? So he just slowly, like, COVID, the restriction, and he just never, like, outgrew COVID.
Things
still.
had to be Willie
Well, we're the
Lopez.
same way. He's still living with that and that wife of his. You know, it's like these guys, these types of people. You know what they
Dixon
remind me of?
is
Did you
just a
see
guy.
The first COVID movie. This should be framed. This should be down at the
Thank
9/11
you.
square where they got all the names engraved of all the fucking fax machine people that worked in those towers. Can you believe what we're doing? By the way, every year we gotta re-pray for all the fax machine.
I can't.
People. That's what I call people who died at 9/11. This is what they did for a living. Hold on, I gotta fax a scam over to another scammer. Hold on, I'm making copies of this scam that I gotta. Who the fuck cares about those people? Okay, so anyway, Bill Burr.
Oh my god.
He reminds me of the people from America's first COVID film, and I don't know if you remember this.
What was
It was
that?
I don't know if this was a year into COVID. It was like maybe
He was very
quarter into
intense when he
COVID.
came to Comedy Compound for sure.
And it was a movie about all these fucking libs on Zoom.
The one with Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway, yeah, I totally forgot
She
about that.
sucks.
And oh my god, it really gave me an insight as to what the Zoomers. You know, a lot of you guys call Zoomers that generation. No. Zoomers are people who are liberals and got really into COVID. That's a Zoomer. This is why I don't use Zoom. I use Skype or FaceTime. I don't use Zoom. Zoom is what Anne Hathaway and those people who believed in COVID used when they were
Just on
taking
principle
the
alone.
lockdown literally.
Maybe
I
we
mean,
should
these
switch
were
ours
people
to
who thought
Skype
that
or
you like couldn't
FaceTime.
open your window. Ethan Klein, Bill Burr, Anne Hathaway. I mean, these people really thought that, like, if you went like this outside your doorstep, it would go, and they'd have to run it. They thought the sandworm was going to come and swallow them whole.
The biggest
didn't realize
mask I ever saw.
I say they just don't want it to be a madhouse out there, so just use your brain. But people like Anne Hathaway, they would like open their blind like this and get worried that they were going to get in trouble. And Bill Burr reminds me
He was like that.
of that Anne Hathaway Zoom liberal who's really worried about COVID and they've had a really rough, they're emotionally exhausted. COVID bothered them, even though nobody they knew died from it, which is weird. Shouldn't really bother
is
you unless you
weird.
knew a bunch of people who died. The only thing is, it should make you happy. Made me very happy. And I don't understand why people wouldn't be very happy. I mean, COVID was the coolest thing that could have ever happened in our lives. Imagine if you, and I love how they're like, my kid, he just wants to go back to school. He does. Is he the teacher? Is your kid work? Is he the principal? Is your son the principal? Because who the fuck would ever want to go back to school? I mean, if COVID hit when I was a kid and they were like, oh, there's no school anymore, I would go, ooh, I am spreading it. I would go out. I'd be biting people, spitting on people. But no, they tell me these kids, oh, they just want to learn again. Please, I wouldn't even do the online school. I'd say, no. I don't do that.
Good now.
Okay, so Bill Burr, and remember when I was in school, a lot
When
of
did I
people
do a New
wanted to
York
talk to
accent?
me. I would not let
Oh,
them.
I was imitating
All the
Mike's
other
thing.
So here's Bill Burr. He's nervous. He's walking around. He reminds me of a COVID freak.
I was
And
like,
I'm
when
not
did I do that?
anti-COVID. I'm pro-COVID.
That's what he says sometimes.
See?
He's like, the biggest
So,
mask I ever
here,
saw.
we'll watch the opening, and then we'll show you his cancel culture routines,
Anne
which I thought
Hathaway
you were on the side of
had
cancel culture.
Bad.
It's very confusing.
All right. It's
Look at
nice
his
to
face.
be out
Look at
here
his
in
face.
Denver, man.
Nice to be out here in
Go on a
Denver,
stage.
Looking
man.
down, he's
What?
looking down.
Anne
He's
Hathaway
not so sure.
never had a chance.
Oh,
Going
hand in
out
pocket.
Hollywood.
Dressing like they're fucking going hiking.
So are you. You're wearing
This is
athletic
not
wear.
Fucking people dressing up like
I
they
know
go
you know
and
Steph
hike.
Lambros,
It's like,
but I
this
don't
is
feel
what I
bad
mean.
for Anne
The
Hathaway at
old
all.
Bill Burr
Empathy for her.
is not being
She
the
was
new
in
Bill.
The Devil Wears Prada.
You can't be a different guy and then try to be the old guy. Fucking people, huh? These people dress like they go, look what you're wearing. I didn't even know this part was coming up. I called out your clothes years ago. You and Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle wore a shirt that went all the way past his knees once.
That was a dress.
And then he's going to talk about trans people. Nigga was wearing a dress. You wore a dress. You were the first trans person I ever saw. Look, the title, Google Dave Chappelle dress. I'm not kidding. It was a gray,
it's the cover.
grayish,
It's whitish gray,
slate.
and he's walking
It
like on a
looked
desert.
Worse than Robin Tran's fucking outfit. Trust me on that.
It's a mini dress.
All right,
like
so
I would
here's
wear it
Bill
as a
Burr.
dress.
Federal level, man.
And
Everybody out here dressing like they're fucking going hiking.
Everyone is saying that Red Rocks literally requires you to hike to get there from the parking lot.
Wow.
So they were just trying to be prepared for your show, Bill.
Maybe Bill took his helicopter. He didn't see the what? Stop talking like that. That's not your voice. That's not your maiden voice.
Your North Face pajamas and all the shit you guys have.
How about if you live in
It's
LA?
all-
No East Coast accents if you live in LA. That should be,
fair.
you should have to talk like this now. Yeah, look at these It doesn't work. You're littering. That is sound pollution to the beach. Imagine you're on the beach in California trying to chill, eat a fish taco. And then you hear all this wise guy commotion from the back. No, I hate that fucking sound. I hate the whole East Coast because of this sound of voice. I really do.
I feel like he's very
I'm
Boston,
so
right?
sick of this sound. I like my sound.
Live inside. So, how have you guys been doing, man? How's your pandemic been?
Oh, I want to say this. If you're not enjoying Red Bar yet, I don't think anybody is.
What a weird
But if you're not
opening.
enjoying it, remember the show's unscripted. It's all just by
We're
two
enjoying it.
Nobody said it. You see, my face hasn't looked over here. That's where the chat is. It's just something that I thought of. Could you imagine that not enjoying Red? If you don't enjoy Red Bar, you're strict. You're strict. That's how I feel.
You're not
I end all
our
these Red
friend.
Bars.
You
I go,
can't eat with
I
us
don't care
if you
what
don't
anybody
enjoy
says
Red Bar.
because it's still, if you don't like me, then you don't like nothing. You don't like podcasting, which this isn't podcasting, by the way. This is show. This is a show. All right, so here he is.
This
Look at
went
he's holding the top of the
7.5
mic.
hours.
Oh, hey, does he look confident? Hi, everybody. I'm so scared. Do you need a cane? Otherwise, you're imitating me.
Staying inside. Are you being safe? I am so fed up with police. I ain't being safe. I don't fucking believe
You
it.
need to adjust the mic stand at your 5,000 seater, huge money, big special tour. He's just playing with it. If you ever see anybody start doing this, do you work here? And stop touching the fucking mic. That's what I say. Imagine if you were in a
Don't they
podcast.
do a
and this was
rehearsal or
changing the
something?
fucking screws. The screws. Do not touch that. They don't ever touch anything else. You never see a comic walk back and start fixing a light. You know, it's just the mic stand. Let's see what we can do here. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I'm terribly nervous. I'm just trying to screw up. What are you so nervous about? You're the coolest guy. You're going to tell it like it is, right? Look at his face, by the way. He's starting to... Who's he starting to remind me of here with this type of face? Okay, so let's go to 5 minutes in and hear his take on
Michael
CC.
Keaton? I don't know.
Did you ever see that in your email? Yo, CC me on that. Cancel culture. They love cancel culture. Again, I've only thrived. I've only moved upwards since cancel culture started. I've never really been too concerned about it. I just kept doing the same thing that I always wanted to do. And nobody canceled me at all. But yeah, you would think it would be the complete opposite. You would think that every day I'm dodging bullets, right? Because of what these guys say. So let's hear Bill Burr's. Remember, it's a stand-up special, so there are 5 topics to choose from. And let's hear his idea of the topic. Cancel culture. Here it is.
Outside for a couple of weeks, and then they sent us back in. And I just didn't have it in me anymore.
Oh, no. This is how.
I just
This is how stand-up specials go. You open with 15 to 20 about COVID, but your version of what COVID was.
So boring.
And then you get into cancel culture, huh? Yeah, that's where the applause just. If I were a comic, I would just go up on stage, and about 15 minutes in, I'd be looking around like this. Like, here, you could cut to me. Be looking in, doing my little pace and back and forth. Yep. My first 15 has just kind of died down, and they're all kind of clapping. And now I'm really fun. Yep. And then I'd go, so cancel culture, and they, whoa! That buys you about 6 minutes with the clapping. Just saying that. So cancel culture. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
My favorite part of
You'll
this
see
is
what
the
this
way
is
that
for
he
later.
says cancel culture. His pronunciation rules.
Well, yeah, so here it is. So, of course, it's going to be, and you could always predict this, cancel, except for the girl comics. They do cancel culture in the middle. Here.
don't give a shit.
Your comics
You know,
cancel.
I
CC.
hope a lot more people die. I really do.
No, you don't. Bill.
But the one good thing about this whole pandemic shit, and I really hope by the time this fucking thing comes out, that this will be considered old. I don't know. God willing. But the
You
one
don't know.
great thing about this pandemic shit is it kind of slowed down a little bit of that cancel culture. You know?
Cancel culture.
What? Literally, when I was in the shower this
Like, he
morning,
just
I was
lost his
hearing
accent
that over and
completely.
over in my head, him going, cancel culture.
That cancel culture. Look at this. This is embarrassing. And look at his face, too, because I want to get a good pause on this. Look how.
Comes out.
The good thing about
Watch.
It will be
COVID.
considered old. I don't know. God willing. But the one great thing about this pandemic shit is it kind of slowed down a little bit of that cancel culture.
Cancel culture. Culture.
Look at this face. Wait till you see this.
Fuck, man.
What happened to his
Nobody wants
accent?
to talk about cancel culture. I swear. Nobody likes talking about
I
cancel
don't
culture.
even get it.
Little
Why
really.
did they
It's
cancel
sort of like,
culture?
Why? So when they're sitting
Stupid
around thinking of
kinda.
comedy routines, that just
it's like a thing to talk
It's
about.
all
or
they
something.
can think
It's so
of, huh?
stupid.
cancel culture. Look at that stupid manupid face.
Stupid manipulative face.
Easy. Easy. All right, let's hear what happened. So COVID slowed down cancel culture.
Culture.
Cancel culture.
Right.
Culture.
Let's hear it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's kind of hard to take your dick out at work when you're at home. You know?
Fuck yeah.
Some people still manage to do it. They're on a Zoom call, no pants on. All of a sudden standing up, their chunk right in the screen. Still figuring out a way to get fired.
You know, it took a lot of Zoom calls with corporate fucking owners of giant companies. You. And you probably sat there like this. Well, I'll sign anything to be in Star Trek.
Or the Latino
Thinking,
like
Mr.
music
Corporate.
awards.
Can I log off? No, do I do the being meeting? You had to go to a meeting. If you ever have to be in a meeting, you are beta, you are not man.
You know, the only way that I would respect Bill Burr is if he would have just quit Star Wars and stuck up for Gina Carano.
Gina
man.
Carano. Now that person's
Come on,
cool.
Bill.
Gina Carano's cool. Yeah, she looks pretty fucking awesome.
She's cool. She's
He-
big.
Mike
she's
David explains what happens
cancel
in
culture.
season 20,
She
episode
told
1.
the
So
whole
you can
Star
watch it
Wars
on
Corporation to
www.redbarradio.net.
fucking cock.
I'll never watch
So this-
The Mandalorian now that she's not on it.
Look at Bill Burr. He's tight, man. I mean, this is all, you know. I used to be for those who don't know,
Are you talking about
Rudy
Burr,
Comfort,
Diana?
so I used to be a doctor, a psychologist, and that's why I'm here
Really?
right
I
now.
think
used
Miss
to,
Cummings is
be a
way
psycho-
more entertaining.
what do they call that guy? Psycho.
Shut up.
What is it? There's like a psychologist, and then there's like a psychologist for nuts. What do they call that guy?
Like a psychiatrist?
Psychotherapist. I was a psychos therapist. I helped only psychos. That would be my question when I come in. I go, "What do you think of children?" They go, "Oh, I can't stand. You're perfect for me. Let's hang out and talk." So this is his take on cancel culture, and it's, of course, COVID should have blown that away. Let's hear some more from Bill.
It was unreal. It's kind of good, though, that, those creeps got to take a break, because I felt like cancel culture, they were kind of running out of people to cancel.
You fucking wish, bro. This is
You
also here,
fucking
cut to
wish,
me. This is
bro.
the new take comedians are doing, and this is wishful thinking. This is a segment I like to call wishful thinking. Comedians' new thing is to pretend they've defeated cancel culture. Have you seen this? They go on stage and they go, "You know what? We're done with cancel culture, and we're not scared anymore." Oh yeah? Say it then. That's my
I
thing.
think the only people that
Yeah,
talk
say
about
it,
cancel culture
bro.
are like celebrity weirdo people.
Say
you know?
the Netflix theme song, bro. Say it.
Like, I'm not. Who else is paying attention?
And
to
that's
that?
the thing. They never do anything ever cancelable. But their new thing now is that cancel culture has died off. Yeah, they're all coping. They're trying to convince themselves that cancel culture is over. They think if they, announce that on stage, that it will come. It will never come true. You are never stopping the cancelers, me included. You're never stopping us. We're here to tear you apart for nothing. Get it?
As much as they wanted to make it seem, there really was a finite amount of people that took their dick out at work, despite the stats.
You wish.
Right? Every 1.6 seconds, somebody takes their dick out and shakes it in a woman's face in a cubicle. You're like, who? Every 1.6 seconds?
I heard every
not in it.
1.5 seconds
What's
a
our
man
next
thinks
time
about
code for
sex.
Bill Burr? And then we've got a special presentation
I could
for
go to 1725.
Ooh, child.
Okay, watch
that
like 5
time
more
code
minutes.
sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
Child, the time code. 1723, man. And he's got that big ass wedding ring holding him down. Big ass, a guy's a
Holding
real
down.
putz when he's got a giant fucking 2-inch thick shackle around his finger. What a fucking dork. That means he just, that's what we're doing. You put the ring, so you do this. That's how you know, because these guys didn't wear rings throughout their whole life, and all of a sudden they're like, so when you get married, you put this ring on, and then you say this, and then you do that. So, okay, so you just do what they told you do. Got it. I know that's a shocker. A lot of you are sitting there right now with that ring that they told you to put on. You didn't come up with this idea yourself. You had to, right? You have to. So somebody is not who you should be listening to if they've got one of those on. That might as well be an Apple Keytech, which we just bought. 4 of them.
4 of them.
One's going on the dog.
And one's going on the dog.
She didn't know what to do.
So what's this one? Will this speak for itself?
I
1723?
think so. I can't really remember what this one is about.
Yeah, so
but-
we're just showing you some of the obnoxiousies of Bill Burr, his yelling,
What does
his
he have on his
unconfident
chest? Is that like a
language,
thing?
his look.
Or it's part of the shirt?
Let's see what he does here.
Oh, it's his hand.
Anyway. So we're living in a fucking weird time. Obviously, beyond all the bullshit that's going on now, like
You.
every time I think feminism has kind of like died off.
Feminism.
Like a band you can't stand, and they haven't put out an album in a few years. You're like,
So
okay,
banal,
did they quit?
right?
Did
Is
they
anyone
break
really
up?
doing feminism anymore?
I don't know where you're getting that.
Like,
Your
where
own
are you
wife,
even going
and your
with
wife
this?
is the only feminist I know. Boo. I don't understand. Who are these feminists bothering you? There's no feminist bothering me. Why am I not being bothered? I'm the worst.
Isn't feminist something from like 2016? I haven't heard of a
2009.
feminist in
Yeah,
years.
feminists.
Sorry,
Feminism.
Willie, I can't
Are
really
we
see
sick
the
of that?
comments from here. Hold on.
Okay, let's see what this is.
And all of a sudden they come out with some more shit. You're like, oh, fuck, what is it now? I'm just fucking with you. Feminism doesn't bug me.
Oh,
It doesn't bother me. I'm not afraid of it or anything like that. You know, for the simple fact that I know
Hi,
it's gonna
Chris
fail,
Mack.
You know, and
Willie,
feel
I don't
confident.
think so.
I do.
But I
I'm
think
not
it's.
rooting
Are you
for it
being
because
funny?
It's like, it's not even what you currently as Bill Burr want to say. That you need to say something like
By
that
the way,
because
Willie,
your audience
I
is
heard
going,
that I
"Oh, you got
escaped,
more wine."
so
What
we're
side
good.
are you on, Bill? You gotta let us know. So he does that, and he figures that'll let all those guys kind of know that I'm the same old Burr, right? Nothing's changed here. Nothing to worry about.
I know it doesn't like me. Yeah. Do you know why? You know, I think it's not going to survive. You know why it's not going to be successful, anyways? Because they still need men's help to make it happen. I don't
Men's
understand it. I don't understand why women just can't work with each other and make this
So the
shit.
differences between men and women, feminism, cancel culture. What else
You
does
can
he
go to
tell?
39 to
39.
lead us into our next segment.
Great. 39 even. Here he is
Great.
at the Red Rock Canyon. And he's rocking and rolling. Little
He's
Bill
rocking
Burr.
and rolling.
Okay, let's hear what he does next.
I could walk 100 fucking million miles. I can't walk out of it. It just was. So I didn't want everybody
Oh,
else.
he's
to
on
trick him.
mushrooms here.
So, yes, he's done mushrooms. He's going to tell his mushroom story. A lot of guys using mushrooms out there lately, thinking it's the magic pill that will
Hey, Farley.
help them through their anxious new world. Okay, let's hear.
I don't want to fucking ruin their trip, so I'm just like, all right, dude, I'm just gonna go to the bedroom, you know, and oh, look at the refrigerator. Hey.
I don't believe him.
I'm just doing a little nod. Just playing it off, right? Going in the fucking bedroom, and I'm just laying down in the bedroom like, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? And every time I thought I felt the bottom, it would just.
Look at this outfit. I mean, I really can't get over the outfit.
I really can't
Look at,
get over the outfit. I know. I keep checking out the top.
look at how shit crappy he looks.
So if you guys don't
Look
know
at
what
that
Aloe
head.
Yoga is, what he's wearing, it's like
That's
Lululemon,
in
but more
focus.
expensive. Like a little bit more elite.
Oh, he
Like a
lined up
guy
his
wearing
whole hook
aloe
thing here.
says a lot that I'm
Look
just
at
not going
that.
to say, but you
This
guys
is not a
get
guy that I want to listen to. He was on mushrooms. He got scared. Oh, that's cool.
it. In his aloe top.
Were you wearing that shirt? Did they take a
Are
hold of
you
you?
wearing that shirt?
Let's hear all the things that don't happen on mushrooms that happened to you. Did you see elves pouring out from the tree?
Thank you. I said I
Did the
don't believe
people
him.
start turning into lizards?
Everything
Let's
that
hear his
doesn't happen on
mushroom trip.
mushrooms.
Just further into the bed. Further into the bed. Further into
That
the
doesn't
bed.
even happen on mushrooms,
So about
right?
a half hour later, my wife
Let's
comes
do
in.
some psychedelics right
She's
now.
like, hey, how you doing? Typical guy. Good.
Another
I'm
new,
good.
another new bong.
Another new bong.
It's going great.
I need a
So she's laying next to me. I'm feeling a little nauseous. This is a little bit much for me. And she's just laying down. And I'm just feeling this feeling. Not feeling loved.
Wait, who did he do mushrooms with? His opener?
He's saying that his wife came into the room with him
The
at
wife?
this point in the
So
story.
the wife is not on mushrooms. You're doing solo husband and wife mushroom days. That's
solo
nuts.
husband and wife.
I'm not sure if she
Is that what
did
he's saying?
too.
The story
Well,
already
she's
has
a
a
strong
lot of
teacher,
holes in
lock
it,
her up.
Mr. Burr.
What job does she have that allows mushroom use? I like how all these people think they could just break America's #1 law, no mushrooms, and get away with
Hi,
it.
Kung
Every
Fu
day she's like,
Panda.
yeah, I'm on mushrooms right now. I did mushrooms. Then arrest him. He admitted it, folks. Can we call the police? Let's call the Austin police today and report Joe Rogan for doing mushrooms.
He's an
Did
elite.
you
Do
know
it.
Joe Rogan?
Red Bar's
Well, let's
watching.
try. I just want to hear what the cops say. There's nothing illegal about calling the cops and reporting Joe Rogan for doing mushrooms. It's a crime. I'm going to do it.
Wait,
If
I
you're
wear
not with me, I'll do it
Lululemon.
alone.
Is aloe better?
Just like Bill Burr
Lululemon
did
is
mushrooms
expensive, as
alone.
you know. Aloe's
So
a
that's
little
weird.
more
You do
expensive.
mushrooms with your wife
I've
just
had,
walking around the house.
I've had corporate
Carling out?
sponsorships for yoga with both of
That's
them.
why it didn't
So,
work good.
Like with
All right, let's hear the
Lululemon's
rest
like
of this
$90
lie
for a pair,
story.
or like for a
sense of
shirt like
loneliness.
$80.
So now I'm just
Aloe
looking
will
at
be
my
like
wife.
100.
My brain just starts going like, oh fuck,
It's like
did
a
I
higher
marry the
end
wrong person?
Lululemon.
Why am I looking at?
Excuse me.
They're a little bit newer
So
too.
you
I think
looked at your
they're,
wife on mushrooms and
established-
you finally saw
I want to say circa like
color.
2016 or something.
So you don't know if you married the wrong person. Let me get this straight. Because your wife is not the same race as you,
You said it.
you're having second thoughts. Maybe you married the wrong person. 3/5 person probably is what you're thinking. What a
Don't
scumbag.
let
Let's
Joe
hear that
Budden
again.
hear this.
So, yeah, don't let Joe Budden hear this or his co-hosts. Let's hear that again.
Sense of loneliness. So now I'm just looking at my wife. My brain just starts going like, oh fuck, did I marry the wrong person?
Okay,
Why am I-
so, all right, so let's do this. We know Bill Burr was in Star Wars, right?
Okay,
I know
I'm
that.
gonna close it
We have a
here.
special segment.
Time flies when we're having fun, right? It's 45 minutes. I hope you guys are amazing. I'll catch up on this chat a little. I got some great pop. It's called Critical Kush. How are you guys doing? Wait, where Lululemon? I think is Aloe better. So it's ALO, by the way, just FYI. Set and setting. If Bill is doing shrooms and feeling bad, that's serious. I think he was lying. Perhaps the aloe leggings aren't moldy. Lulu had a mold issue. Kung Fu Panda, they also had a see-through butt issue. Remember? Hi, Ryan. I like the materials, you know? Which material, son of Overbrook? Oh, for Lululemon and Aloe. I feel you on that. I'm just saying for a man like him, how he is, to rock that for like his special, I think is quite odd, and I think perfectly interesting to note. Mike David noting it. No, Benjamin, no. The best part was next. Okay, we're gonna do that tomorrow for sure. I don't want them to be too long. I like the clothes my relatives from Greece buy me. They can't wear them in public, LOL. I bet they feel great, especially if you can't wear them in public, right? David Balsh News World. Hi, Ashley. Hi. Ashley, does Aloe make menswear? They do. They do have menswear. It's really like if you wear Lululemon, I think, right? So it's like Lululemon, just a bit more expensive. They basically took the Lululemon concept. I've had a corporate sponsorship with both of them for yoga, and they just took that concept and made it a little. I mean, I have to say, like, okay, so Aloe does like cool stuff. Whatever, they do cool stuff. Like, I get some Aloe pants. Ashley did okay. Next part is the best part. Cool. So we'll save it for tomorrow. I did have a good birthday. Thank you so much for asking. Ryan sent me stuff. It's all in my bedroom, though. Ryan, I have to text you the funniest WhatsApp that I thought about for the whale tooth. Ryan sent me a prehistoric sperm whale tooth. So it's a tooth of a whale that doesn't even exist anymore. My friend was like, don't whales not have teeth? Don't they just suck things in? I was like, I don't think this whale exists anymore. But I'm cracking up. Wait, did you watch The Color of Water, Ryan? That's what it means. So maybe you'll get it. Hi, Chris. I love you. By the way, did you look into the vitamins yet, Ashley? No, not yet. Not yet. Sumati sent me the list, but for me to scroll up on our text would be insane. So I have to look back or ask her to send them to me again. But I did get some good, well, whatever. I'll do that tomorrow. I get some good, like natural, like things we can get at Whole Foods and stuff. Somebody recommended. Bro looks like Klaus Schwab. He's not looking great. So the whole thing was like when I was working at Venice Comedy Compound, I was like a hostess and like a seater and a greeter, whatever. And so he came like 5 times. I think I worked like 2 or 3 times that he was there. But the time that like we saw each other, and I literally like sat his wife down and got another chair and like, you know, so she was like in a protected area, like where like all the comics were and stuff. and put her purse on the bag. And he just like looked at me like I was just like some like fucking asshole, you know? I was like, I'm sorry, I feel like I've had dinner with you and my dad, like whatever. Yeah, aloe's cool, but it's like they're both are just Lululemon and aloe. I just feel like are, and for someone who's worn them a lot, they're just so expensive. It's like crazy. Frankie's bikinis. Oh, Frankie's. Frankie's like the jeans or Frankie's like the lingerie? Frankie's of Hollywood, right? I'm like finding all my bikinis because I'm tanning now. That's what I'm doing. Lilo. Hi, Lilo. Kung Fu Panda, Daydream Bunny, get the sweat shorts you will love. Sweat shorts from Aloe. So every time I would go teach at Aloe, they would give me pants. And I had like, I sold a lot of them. I like had to, part of like me surviving for a while was selling clothes on Poshmark, if you guys know about Poshmark. So I would get them and then I would teach in them and they'd still have the tags and stuff. So I'd sell them because I could get rid of them for like $80 on Poshmark. But I got a lot of cool pants from there. You make 41 look like 33. Thank you. Like, blushing. Thank you, son of Overbrook. That's so nice. I put this Retin-A stuff. I feel like it really helps. Also, Ryan and I are reversing our age. So we're on the daily, like reversing our age. So I think it's working. Right, Ryan? Yes, you guys, I got burned a little. I don't know if you can see. Whatever. I got burned. I got burned on. I'll show you. It's because I have like the funniest bathing suit. Can you see? Ryan, look. Whatever. So I burned my butt. Okay. So I burned my front like 4 days ago, and then I burned my butt like 2 days ago, and I burned my front today, and then I'm gonna burn my butt again tomorrow. I don't even care. Yeah, no, I like wasn't going out. I mean, like starting to teach at the beach again was definitely like a big thing for me. And like for many reasons. Okay, so I was teaching at the beach for when I moved here in 2019, but then 2020 happened. And for several reasons, like if you live in Venice, you would know, like, I mean, for a large amount of time, like the whole basically there's like an athletic area, there's like these different buildings, and people were like living in them. And they made this like stay at home order, which is super confusing for people in a tent, right? So people had to like stay in their tent. I mean, like, I don't know. It was just a mess. And like, it was just going back and forth for a while. But now it's like finally, it's kind of cool and amazing. I don't know how long it's been cool and amazing, but like when I go with my neighbor, we walk for yoga. I'm just like so surprised. I'm like, how long has it been safe? Like, how long have we been hiding? You know, like, but yeah, the sun is important. Like when I lived in Miami, I always had morning classes and evening classes, and I would always take like an hour or so, like at the beach or the pool where I lived. It's like vitamin D, it's everything, you know. I burned for 1 day and then tan for weeks. Thank goodness. Cool. Yeah, like I just hadn't been in the sun for so long. Like I haven't been burnt for so long. I know it's not healthy to get burnt, but I was also only out for like an hour and a half each time or so. Fell asleep. I always fall asleep, guys. I fall asleep everywhere. Today I was gonna like, so my pool usually doesn't have people there, right? It's like, it's cool. Like, you know, it's usually not a lot of people, but today there's like this dude. Long story anyway. He's like older dude, but I know him from like, it doesn't matter, Ryan. I feel like I would tell you this ridiculous story, but it's like not something I'm just gonna say. But anyway, his name is Charles. Doesn't matter. He's like a writer or something. But so I was the only one there. So I walk in, and a friend of mine wanted me to call them. So I was like, okay, cool. I would never do that if someone else was there, right? And I would make a soft conversation as well, because I know the apartments that like surround the pool, you can like hear things. Like I would be considerate, right? So this dude comes in and like, and I see him, halas, See, Ryan? Khalas. Khalas. That's it. And so he comes and he like sits down. Like it's a big, I mean, there's like a pool and a jacuzzi. Like there's places you can go besides right by me, which I like just sat down, right? And like put my towel out. So he like rolls in, but he's usually like quiet dude, right? I only see him ever like going in and out with groceries. And whatever, it doesn't matter. He proceeds to be on like a 30-minute phone call on speakerphone. Like, what? And like right next to me, I was like, dude. Literally, like I was here first, you know, like I'm not being like that, but it's like a huge place. And like if like he was sitting in the shade, I get that part, but there's like 3 or 4 other tables that are in the shade. Like, so I was just like lying there and I literally fell asleep to his conversation. And he has a British accent, and so does his friend. And they were working on a project. I can tell you a lot more, but I'm just gonna kind of let that go. And I literally fell asleep to this motherfucker talking. And I woke up. I had no idea what time it was, right? But I was like, no way the dude's behind me anymore, right? Like it was like I was here and the table was like whatever, like where that chair is. And I was like kind of that's like surprised. I was fine, but like, you know, I woke up and I was like, okay, like probably definitely time to go in. Like I know I probably like burned my tummy or whatever. And I like looked up and he's just there like eating his food like so loud. And I was like, fucking Charles, man, get your shit together. What's wrong with you? Like zero awareness. Baby beluga. Oh my god, shifting timelines will be my memoir. That's your new one. It's no longer a first class from Denver to Denver, flight from Denver to Denver. I feel like that too, guys. Since Ryan brought it up, I don't even know. Like, I don't know if it's shifting timelines or what, but the last like week, I felt exhausted. Like, granted, I did like stay up and like do fun things and stuff and like throw my sleep schedule a little bit off like around my birthday, but I felt like super tired. But also the sun feels really healthy. Like it feels important right now. I don't know, whatever that means. Don't burn yourself. I was like silly too. My dad was such a dork. He would like lather himself with like coconut oil and like go in the ocean. I mean, go in like sun tanning. There are these like pictures like from like the 80s and stuff. Like I think with like when I'm little and like before I was born that I've seen. And he's like, you know, like Mr. He's like so shiny. I always joked with him, like, you know how like those like bodybuilders, they get like all that oil on them. Like my dad was never big like that, but it was like funny to me. Laris, people in Massachusetts have perfected the whole yell on speakerphone and personal and business. Yo, Lambros, do they do the FaceTime thing? I worked at as a hostess at Mondrian. It's this place, if you live in LA, it's where the Sky Bar is. I can't even tell you, not just the celebrities that did it. I was like embarrassed for every person that did this. It was like, and I had this like joke with another hostess with like, because it was always like, hi, like they're just like showing the whole Sky Bar, or, like showing the whole Mondrian. It's like, we're just like, don't get us FaceTime or Instagram Live or whatever you're doing. Welshie arms win 2 lovers. What? Say what? Welshie arms with 2 lovers? Maybe that's something else. Anyone remember the Siri? What's this say? Oh, SNL Welshie arms hotel thing. Is that when they talk about the lovers, Ryan? Is that what stop it. Will Ferrell. Lovers. We can be lovers. That one. That was so stupid. But my all-time favorite of Will Ferrell SNL is Cowbell. I watched that the other day. It always cracks me up. Yeah, that's gotta be Willie Lopez. That's gotta be annoying from Charles. Fucking Charles. I'll tell you about Charles if you want. I have like the stupidest stories about people, I swear. It's like, dude, leave me alone. Well, the thing was, like, okay, so there's a little tension between Charles and I. My mom, for some reason, always says Charles, like Charles. I'm like, Mom, it's Charles. Like, we're not, like, I have English in my blood, but like, you don't have like an English accent. Stop it. What about Charles? I'm like, Charles. Uh, I met this dude like within the first sun of it's like the sun is out so long these days. Well, also, guys, yeah, totally. Son of Overbrook. Also, I feel like the sun is much brighter and like bigger and like not only just the circumference of the actual sun, but like everything around it. You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa. I mean, it doesn't scare me, but it's like interesting. And I think about things like why I don't want to say anything that would get me a strike. Why Google, the word that he wrote, the word that Son of Overbrook wrote, why that word would have been blacked out of Google search for like the last 10 years. That's weird to me. More cowbell. I'm gonna need more cowbell. But the best is like it's just everything is the best, but the way he's like top, like his like belly's like falling out, and he like goes up to the guy and like does it like the one that's like, dude, can you chill? And he like does it like right in his ears. It's Feel the Reaper, I think, right? Na 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 na. Yes, it's back to you, idiot. Wait, what's that too? Um They were always in a hot tub. Yeah, it was Farrell and the girl that's in I've seen her in Wine Country. She's like in SNL forever, but they're talking about like being lovers and how like I don't know, like lovers, lovers, lovers. Like it's ridiculous. Maybe she was hanging out with Madonna. Ew, who? Madonna's such a like she creeps me out. Like Pockets of the Future showed like her actual hand, like she's gotten like a lot of stuff or whatever, and then I guess she does like her filters, whatever. But they showed like Pockets of the Future showed like her actual hand, like holding her purse, like going out to dinner in I think it was like New York City, and it was like, ooh, you can't unsee that. There's no way that hand is like matching any of the crazy pictures we see. Really explore the really explore the space. Chris Watkins, fucking genius. The sun looks more white these days. Yes, it was more yellow when I was younger. Yeah, totally, Son of a. I feel like it was more yellow and also less strong and less like intense. My friend Sumati was telling me something about like taking a lot of time to rest because of we're like absorbing more photons, I believe. And that goes back to like what I can remember about biology, like I don't know, circa like ninth grade, but like how photons feed plants and plants turn photons into energy, I believe. And so we're like receiving more photons now. And some people can't receive that many. And there's something with like the, elf waves and things that I don't like tactically understand, but energetically understand. But she keeps telling me to go outside. So that's good. But I think about that and like, I don't know. I mean, I'm a person that enjoys naps, but lately, like I've just been like, okay, I've been up for 4 hours, time to go back to bed. And then I felt like also, whatever, that may be just like a girl thing. I felt like puffy. I felt like puffy for a few days. So I was like, I don't know. Silly. Your mom. Oh, wait, what about my mom? My mom still hasn't called me for my birthday. My friends came from high school, and I was like, I'm gonna make a bet. My mom doesn't remember my birthday. This is actually the first year she doesn't, but whatever. They're like, stop and think about it, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Your mom who suddenly had an English accent. No, my mom is like she's like obsessed with the royals, okay? I was born July 27th, 1981. That was the day that Princess Di married Charles. The nurse brought me out. She was watching the wedding. I was born at 9:02 a.m., Columbia Hospital for Women. The nurse brought me out, and literally, my mom told her to take me back so she could finish the rest of the wedding. My dad was like, "Give me my daughter." Like, that's one story. Like, there are very few stories in my family that, like, it's the same, basically anyone you ask, you know? And that was one of them. Yeah, she's, like, funny. She's weird. She's just like Patty Cumming, Director of Public Relations, Charles, Royals. Stop. Oh no, don't worry, Kung Fu Panda. It's totally don't even. Um, she's like whatever. She's a narcissist. She's yeah. Yep. I slept until 7 p.m. today. You know, the thing is though, bottom line is when we sleep, we need to sleep. Like our body is tired. It's never like, you know. Somebody said to me recently, like, and I don't believe in this. They're like, I think I told them I was taking a nap or something, and they're on the East Coast, and they said, like, "Well, maybe you're sleeping too much. Sometimes that can make you too tired." I'm like, "I don't really believe in that, and definitely not for me." Like, if anything, throughout my life, I've sacrificed sleep to do stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, my body's like catching up on sleep whenever it's sleeping. But I fell asleep in my massage chair a lot lately, which is good. Um, the whole country takes naps and shuts down banks every day in Greece. Well, also in Spain, also many, many other countries. It makes a lot of sense. It's kind of crazy how this beast system is, especially in the United States. Or the United Fakes, should I say. Just kidding. Good Bear. Long time listener, first time commenter. Well, thank you for commenting and thank you for listening. I just want a normal person schedule. I know what you mean about that, Ryan. I was thinking about that recently, like, but at the same time, what is that? I was thinking about like just different times when I had like such a more I don't want to say it, like regimented like life, you know, which is like most of my life, like running studios, like whatever, like, and obviously it's not just me. Like, I think everyone got shook up a lot with um, the last like 2.5 years, like, but whether that affected you or not, I think we all should think about time differently. You know, like there's a I was watching something about circadian rhythms, and if that's like that basically, and I didn't know this. Well, from what I watched, and I don't really trust Netflix at all. Like it said, I think the title of the documentary was like explain. Ryan, you might have seen it. It's like explain or like I was like, I don't trust you to explain anything to me. But then I like clicked on it and I was like, I'll see what they say. It said, or a scientist said, that every living organism has a circadian rhythm, meaning every living organism has a requirement to sleep every 24 hours, which is kind of interesting. Um, I think it's just important that we take rest, but for sure, there have been times in my life, like both studios that I built, and I've read about this and I've talked to like spiritual teachers that I still respect, obviously. Um, when you have something that you need to do, like both studios that I built, it was like 17-hour days. You know what I mean? Like I would sleep like 4 hours and I wasn't using anything. You know what I mean? Like my body, my heart, like I just knew I had to do it. You know what I mean? So I think we go through periods of time where um how do I say it? It's not that we don't need sleep, but we will require less. Obviously, we're eating properly, taking care of ourselves, etc. But it's like a project. Like we know that we're something is important to get done, you know? The same way like we wouldn't fall asleep if we were watching our baby for 12 hours or something. a day for a month or something. Most of Southern Europe does it and no daylight savings. Sketchy. Do you remember when we got into daylight savings? So sketchy. I am living. I thought you were gonna write, "I'm living my best life." I was like, "Go you, Ryan." I am living my best reality when I'm asleep. I would rather be OBE. What's OBE? Out OBE. I just learned OFC means of course. That made me feel fucking old. I have been nocturnal since I was a baby. I feel a lot more active and creative at night and early in the morning. I think everyone has a different time that they feel more, you know? I also feel like at night, like in the middle of the night, people can't bother you. It's like a whole thing. It was the first time in my entire life that sorry, I'm like stoned. I'm like staring at the words, but I'm not reading it. Kung Fu Panda. It was the first time in my entire life that I had the time to examine everything. Oh, cool. Yeah. I feel like people, the last 2 years, it's changed me deeply. I feel like I was so lucky to have the luxury to not, because I know that so many people suffered and are still suffering. You know, I'm super aware of that. But to have that time to just like reflect and think about things, what Kung Fu Panda said, um, I thought was really like a gift. You know, there were so many like blessings and cursings about that whole, or blessings and curses about that whole thing, right? I only work 4-hour work days, but those 4 hours are crazy. Yeah, they feel like 8, right? Out of body. That's what I was thinking, but I was like, "Where's the E then? Out of body." Didn't you write OBE? Is the moon gonna be? I just figured out. Did you guys know? Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind for a second, and then I'm gonna get off. Did you guys know that if a woman is not on birth control, her menstrual cycle is with the moon? Stop it if you knew this, and I'm 41, and it's crazy that I just learned this, but legit. I was literally telling Sumati, I was like, "Yo, Bubba, I have to like I should write down like when I get my and that's why they call it moon cycle." Sorry, gentlemen. Sorry about this talk. But I just can't believe it. So, because I was like I was put on birth control at like 15, 16 for acne, and I've been off it for like I don't know, 7 years, something like this. So I was like, Sumati, I should write in my calendar when like what day of the week my Mensa comes, right? And she's like, "Well, no, you don't have to worry about it. It's a full moon tonight. Like you're perfectly coordinated with the moon." I was like, "Oh, so every time it's a full moon, I'll just know." And she explained it to me. And I talked to like 4 other women. They're like, "Ash, duh. Birth control makes us our thing off, but how crazy a woman's natural moon cycle comes with the moon." What? I thought that was kind of cool. What's up, Ron? Walking into like moon cycle talk. I thought that was super interesting. And then I was like, also, you know, whatever. I was on birth control for like most of my adult life. Like, but like, I was like, that can't be. I mean, I get the whole thing with birth control. It's like tricking your body to think you're not pregnant so you don't get pregnant, blah, blah, blah. But like throwing a woman off like something so connected to like the environment, the ecosystem, I felt it was like criminal, you know? And I was like, I don't know. I'm just really happy like I'm with the moon. But I feel like it's not yet. I think it's like a week or so away. Cannabis before sleep suppresses your dreams. Hi, Amy. Did you know about that, Amy? Yep. Kung Fu Panda. And if you are with other women in the house, they will sync up. But ultimately, okay, yeah, I've heard about that, right? People will call it Shark Week or whatever. But they're not going to sink out of the moon, right? Like, tell me if I'm wrong. From what I understand, if a woman is not taking birth control, her moon cycle will be in sync with the moon cycle. Like, that is, I'm like, I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe it. But then again, I was also telling a friend the other day, like some friends visited from Napa and from DC, and I was like, they said something, I don't know, I was like, it's something like some simple thing that a lot of my friends that are girls like forever bust me on. Like, I didn't have like a proper mom. So I don't know like simple girl things. I'm trying to remember what it was. It would have been like a cleaning my kitchen thing or like a clothes thing. But I was like, you have to like everything I've learned about being a woman, I've learned mostly from other people's moms and like girlfriends, you know? I forgot what that was about, but I love you guys. You got yours during full moon. It's called it's called Red Moon. Oh, Shark Week thing. So I've like heard about that. Like if women are in like a dorm or go on a vacation or all together, like they'll all sync up. But and then guys call it Shark Week or whatever. But I don't think that women will sink out of the moon, right? Unless they're on birth control. And then I was thinking, sonar beep beep, somebody could know for whatever reason that information might be important, why, like if a woman was on birth control or not. Like if a woman bleeds when it's the full moon, then she's not on anything. You get it, right? I don't know. I just feel like I was just really happy to learn that and also happy that like my body's in sync. Like it just feels cool to be in sync with the earth, you know? And I thought it was just, I mean, like I've heard moon cycle. Actually, I think that's how I wrote it. I was like, because she was like, oh, it's a full moon. Like you don't have to write the day of the on the calendar. And I was like, oh, moon cycle. Like that probably has nothing to do with it. She was like, no, that has everything to do with it. And I was like, what? I just think it's interesting. Like I think there's so many more things probably about our bodies that are like in harmony and balance, or that could be easily put back into harmony and balance in the environment that aren't. You know what I mean? I hope that made sense. Oh my God, Shark Week. Okay, I love you guys. Yeah, no, it's like so high school, right? Shark Week, like beach week talk. Okay, I love you guys. Mwah! Have an amazing night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow and we'll finish Bill Burr and we'll talk about Shark Week. I'm just kidding. We're not going to talk about that anymore. Bye.